Hello and welcome to today's Daily Dominion. Seaside Guilds. I suppose Cornucopia is in here too, maybe, but it's not actually appearing. So, we have a 5-2, which is fine. We got Wharf and we have a village, so it should be pretty good. I will say, I mean, I think we can play a bit of a draw engine here. No problem. At some point, the AI will buy a big masterpiece. Maybe we want Corsairs. I'm not sure. I mean, again, Corsair trashing 1 silver isn't like huge depending on how big the masterpiece is, but maybe not nothing. The AI opens with Plaza, which is pretty reasonable. Plaza, as far as village openings goes, is quite a bit better than a lot of them. It's still not always the best thing ever to open. It still decreases, say, your chance of hitting 5 relative to buying like a silver or an astrolabe, but you know, it doesn't hurt it in the same way. Depending on the order you draw. Like if you draw turn 3, then it probably is basically just helpful for hitting 5. So we have 5 exact here. It's gonna be another wharf. This is a nice draw. Can discard the copper there. There's something to be said for maybe passing here and just looking for a stonemason buy next turn instead of buying a silver here. I mean, the stonemasons are okay, though they're probably pretty good. Let's wait. Okay, they get a... Alright, yeah, we didn't find the silver, so... Oh, I don't have a silver. That would actually be sort of an indicator that maybe we would like a silver. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you do have to have money here. Somehow, you can get like treasuries, I guess, which isn't terrible. Trying to think. Probably doesn't make a huge amount of sense to get the Corsair yet, because they just have the 2 silvers and don't really have the terminal space for it. So the bad thing about stonemason, I mean, the good thing, of course, we get 2 5s. The bad thing is we get a stonemason, which is itself not super compelling here. You could try like big plaza tactician stuff as well, but that's not super fast. And then the other question is whether we want to put another wharf in the shuffle instead. We do have the plaza sitting down here. Adding a 3rd wharf looks a little more appealing, just to try and increase our shots of getting to a wharf and maybe playing 2, which is really nice. Excellent. So then we'll just buy. So now they have a gold. We're still going to pick up the 4th wharf here, but it does start to look more appealing for a Corsair at some point. At least a little bit. Though the other thing we probably need, just more plazas. We didn't find either of the wharfs here, so we've bottom decked wharf, copper, I guess. Coppers. That definitely is really unlucky and unfortunate. I think I'm just gonna buy a plaza here. So, I mean, we get to see 1 card. Yeah, I don't know how much Corsair is gonna matter. These draws. I think we do have at least 1 more wharf in here. We get a Our draw is just not that clean yet. Well, that we had just like a nightmare reshuffle, basically. We find it, as I say, we find another wharf in this shuffle. Things look okayish. The treasury buys are a little underwhelming for sure. We need like some trash for benefits so that buying the stonemasons looks less terrible. We are finally overdrawing, which may mean it's time to trash a state. Gotta think about the money here. We can put Corsair out, but again, it just takes out a silver every turn, and that's not necessarily super damaging. They have 3 coffers still. Holy cow. They played 2 wharves, have 3. They may double province next turn. Wow. Okay. So this is going to be a little hairy. We need to kind of start thinking about what our long-term outs are. Because we're going to need some money. So that either means, I think Corsair's wasted time. So it either means more treasuries, more draw, right? Just to do more discards with plazas, more draw, or like a gold. Basically. There's still a real risk we just whiff on finding draw though. We have 12. We could go they still province and keep all their, isn't too surprising. Need to find this journey, man. Okay. Oh, we can just draw up the coppers. It really increased the money much here. Playing a copper deck, I guess. Whatever that means. It can't really mean anything good. There, at least they burned through some coffers. So the power of coffers, coppers, incredible. They got a wharf, and they're gonna province again next turn. Holy cow. Just mess around too much, I guess, with other stuff. You could have gone for a big masterpiece at some point to increase the money, but what do we have? $17. Maybe we could just take a province and see. If we draw next turn, maybe close-ish to triple. So that doesn't win. So it's not so appealing. We could double duchy. We won't really be. This is just not going to work. Well, we may just whiff on the. They get a wharf. They've also drawn their wharves very, very well. I'm going to discard here automatically because we don't actually have any guarantee that we're going to draw around. They're like super close to half VP. They have a wharf down and a coffer. They're going to get half VP next turn, basically. Need to get more plazas. So we could have actually. We could have actually drawn. We'll get it this way. We could have got them as coffers, though, which would have been a little better. And they're gonna at least duchy. I'm just here shaking my head. We're gonna lose. There's not. We don't have golds to do like stonemason duchy gains. Not that that is would even necessarily make a huge difference. Though it's, you know, something to consider, I guess. Probably should have bought the gold. Look at all this. We're drawing all this, but it fails. They did draw their wharfs really well, I think. But also, it's just like a reasonably fast money thing. Without other trashing, the stonemason stuff isn't so compelling. You throw like a remodel on this board, it probably looks a little different, but or militia, but 36. We still all of these, which we cannot afford, but even if we get all of these, that's just 24. I guess that's enough, but two provinces and two. $18 isn't quite enough. Plus that costs $21. Okay, well, we might as well discard these now. What do we have the most of to do journeyman wishes? We're holding. Well, we only have one province. I mean, it's got to be duchy, right? I mean, it doesn't mean we have to do it immediately, but. Because right now we're at 16. I was going to say there may be a point where we can stonemason the plaza for double estate, and then if we have the $21, we can do it, but we're not going to get it. They have the tech. They played a wharf again. Man, their wharf draws were nutty. We just have 3 of these, right? I have 6. Their wharf draws were so clean. So like here I can get estates. But if they get the province, that's half VP. I guess if they just get a duchy, it's not half VP. Though it's, you know, very, very close to it. Okay. played one of the... We could treasury... What are we at now? I mean, the wharf's not getting us more than... Is there another plaza? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that's all the plazas. The stonemason... We're double estate here. We're at $18. I don't know what the last card is. It might be a copper. We have 1 million of them. That would give us $19. If we drew 2 money with the wharf, it would give us $20. Which is $1 short still. And then the other move, and then if we play both the 5s, then the stonemasons don't do anything anymore. And we drew a duchy too, so like here we don't even have them, or we have the money now, but it doesn't matter because we can't tie, or we can't stonemason anything, so that doesn't give us. So we have to just empty the duchies here. Which then, of course, and we can check what the money was, but 21 we can go double the thing in duchy. I was even undercounting the amount of money I needed, wasn't I? $12, $15, $30. That sure just doesn't work in any world. They could have even bought an estate too, which would have been technically correct. The estate would have been truly half VP, right? There's still 14 points, so I can technically still win. And the estate buy would have totally shut the door on it. Now, of course, I can't actually win. I mean, if we had gotten to 16 and 8 buys here, which was not impossible. I mean, it was not impossible for me to empty the estates here. In which case, and that's not a 3 pile. Well, it would have been, right? They would have wharfed. They would have just bought wharf. Yeah. Very good. Well, that's the streak ended. We'll have to play it a couple times. See if we can improve it. We're gonna try this time to... I still kind of like these first couple of buys, but I am gonna change at least one thing. This is the shuffle that's actually quite bad because we don't get any money here. This changes things a little bit. But we're gonna try this time, instead of just being so low economy and doing the stonemason stuff, we're gonna try actually having some money in the deck. And see if that helps anything. So I think we'll just buy that one stonemason. And then we'll go from there. Maybe we get a second just for the plazas. We're still running into the same, dare I say, fundamental issue potentially. which is that the AI is getting provinces at a very fast rate. I mean, we're not changing their RNG, and so their wharf draws are still going to be a little nutty. I think a bit above average. I'm going to discard to that one because we're going to trigger the shuffle, but we do have more cash here. This is a little cleaner than the treasury stuff was. Okay. We're still doing okay as far as we're not quite drawing deck. Can't wait till we see no plazas here. Okay. Oh, the wars are imbalanced slightly. Okay. Makes sense. I should have discarded to that one. I was thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, I should have, because there was this pause. I should have discarded. I'm going to miss a coffer here that I should have otherwise had. But so if we tripled, shoot, this is still such a big gap. We can stonemason one of the golds. I think their shuffle is actually slightly different. I think they didn't do the exact same buys. I'm not 100% sure. Well, I mean, the shuffle has to be a little different because I'm pushing the RNG at different points, and so I mean, the first few turns were the same, but at some point it's got to shift off because that's just the way it works. I don't think they're separate. Maybe they are. Maybe they're totally separate streams of the random numbers between the two players. I guess I'm not actually 100% sure how that works, so maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong. What is quad? I mean, does even 18 doesn't win? So not even quad duchy wins. We don't have that many coffers. Like, we can get double duchy. And then we have 8, 10, 15, which isn't enough to do anything else. Now that may still be the play. Kind of imagine that you're supposed to wait a little bit here to blow up the gold, at least until you're within striking distance on the win. Now the AI doesn't have anything down, so, or coffers. So that at least does look pretty considerably different from what we had last time. We could get a tide pools. Another choice would have been to like stonemason wharf or something for tide pools. Now next turn we'll be approaching, if we draw, we'll be approaching, okay, nothing. This is just so fast. Like 6 provinces, 14 turns is actually, I wonder if we can find, we'll just play it. We'll play until we find a a shuffle where we make it. We'll change up whatever we have to change up to try and get there. I'll play big money, I don't care. I don't know if it's just the it's just sort of the sequences on the draws or what. Should really probably get another wharf. The question is whether you get 2 wharves. Maybe just 1. The stonemason is going to be pretty bad in this deck. So like here we hit 8, or we hit 9, that's nice. But we don't hit anything here. May need to even take duchy there. Okay, this is certainly looking better. I don't know if it's just that we pushed the RNG stream such that they don't hit the wharf draws so cleanly, or what. We can still also lose this one quite easily if they hit 10 for whatever reason with the wharf play. Okay, they don't, so all right, we found one way to win on this particular initial RNG seed, which is apparently just to buy silvers and wharfs. I mean, it's pretty persuasive. I don't know. I'm not convinced, but it definitely doesn't go that fast without any real trashing. So I can believe it. Wharf money is quite good. I would just kind of expect the I guess I would have just expected the engine to have something in it. We'll have to try. I got a new plan. We're going to play this one like 10 times. I got a new plan now. It's called Corsair. Have you heard of it? Okay, pretty neat, huh? Okay, we got that. I'm going to play with heavy Corsairs, in fact, before getting the wharves. The idea, of course, being that we make their attack their money earlier, I guess, is the idea. We're still gonna get in the draw. They're having to... Oh no, you don't want to discard there. Okay, we didn't get a Corsair there, but that's just how it goes sometimes. We did miss a copper trash. Unfortunately. That's okay. The thing that they can do that would okay, well, the thing that I could do is just whiff on all my plazas. That was pretty cool. Here, actually, how much money did I have when let's get 2 plazas. Huh? What if instead of 1 plaza? That's hilarious, actually. So that changes. So watch, look, they did this 4 masterpiece gain. Okay, but if I just buy 1 plaza, they just buy a gold. That is so wild to me. Like if I do double, then they don't buy gold, they do a big oh, now this time they get a plaza. That's crazy. It's so... I think plaza is probably the worst buy for them, so we'll leave it like that and give ourselves a better chance of winning. So you can see if you just undo and go back to AI, even if I did the same buys one time and did the 2 plazas, just buy something completely different. It's pretty weird. Now they get their masterpiece. The masterpiece is definitely the point where 2, 3 wars. Okay. It's definitely the point where the Corsair attack doesn't look so. But look, we've already pushed the game back to turn 12 for their first, or turn 11 for their first province, which is pretty wild. And that's basically just all on the Corsair hits, at least as far as the interaction with the AI goes here. Which, I mean, this is easy, right? I mean, they have one province and we have this deck. This is not hard to win from. Even though they probably will province, you know, pretty good. We can build up coffer. I mean, we could even start buying provinces if we wanted to. I don't think I will yet, but like they're not even hitting they're not even hitting 8. We can just keep loading up on coffers. There's no reason not to. Just continually up the coffer stuff until they have more green. Like now we probably need to think about actually buying some green, but prior to that, there's just no incentive. This is crazy to me. This is like a revelation to me. I don't even think the Corsairs are that good. Like, in theory, you can just buy plazas and wharves until you get a big masterpiece turn, but the AI doesn't, you know, work around that. They just play their silver, trash the silver, buy another silver, like at the start. You know, I don't. So this turn is one I'm thinking of, but it slowed them down immensely, and we haven't even trashed. Okay, we have trash 5 silver. So like, you know, what do they do? There's still actually not any reason for me to not just print because we have so much buy. And again, there's still no 3 pile. There's not actually any reason for me to not just keep printing more coffers and just buy 5 provinces or whatever whenever that time comes. Not that we can get 5 fully, but I mean, we're gonna have like we have quad, right? We buy a province now. If they buy a province, we just go triple province plus a couple duchies or whatever. And if they don't, we just buy province, or we just buy the rest of the provinces. This is weird to me. This we don't really have to play coffers, but whatever. So yeah, we just like crush them in this way. This is like the engine play out I was expecting, but it took opening with Corsair rather than Wharf. I mean, I guess it even makes sense. I mean, you know, the Corsair gives you the money to do the little buys that you need to do at the start. It lets you hit 5. It lets you hit plazas or buy plazas. So it's not like unreasonable opening if you think it's going to be good against their deck. Though they could like take Astrolabe, you know, there are ways around the Corsair. It's just this thing with the AI not really responding to the attacks, I guess. It's just made it, I just didn't think, I knew the AI could buy Masterpiece at least. And so I was just thinking that the Corsair would not ultimately be that impactful. But like they're just, I also think they don't play the order of this stuff right. I didn't watch every gold trashing turn. Well, okay, so like here they just had a gold. They didn't have any silvers as far as we can tell anyway. And the other gold trashing turn was a ways back. Yeah, it looks like they just didn't have it. Though you could choose, of course, not to play it. Oh, so we trashed both their golds and we trashed 6 of their 8 silvers before the end. So that was brutal. Alright. I mean, I've played with Corsair against the AI before, but so I knew it could hurt them, but I just thought there was enough here that the AI would use to get around it. It's one of those things where, again, if they take, I still think they lose here because it was so slow to get going, but let's see what they buy. Silver, that's fine. We don't hit them there. The wharf seems fine. Yeah, I mean, this is like getting to the point where you might consider, if 6, you might consider a masterpiece. I'm not sure though. Certainly you could take from the very start, you could take astrolabes instead of silvers and they would be about as good. Here, I guess, is the big one. Like, you have +7, and maybe you have coffers even still. You can't really see the dex or the game state here, but the AI has $7 and possibly a coffer or 2. You can get 5 silvers. I think that's got to be a lot better than a single gold. For their deck. And then, of course, I did the reshuffle seeding, where I just kept undoing back to this point until they bought a plaza. Their other things were like buy gold or buy masterpiece. I think the masterpiece was like by far the best one. We're gonna keep doing it and see if we can get them to do the masterpiece again. They did. I know they did it one time when I double plaza. There we go. Like that looks like the best play by far on this spot. And also you would use a coffer too, I think. I wonder if we win from this, like if we decide that we think that this is like the best play for the AI, how do we do going from there? Or how do they do? They have considerably more silvers now. Which is nice for them. So their province stuff should be a little better. Whoops, we discarded a little too much there. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too much. What do we have? We could get a stonemason here. I didn't get one at all on the original shuffle, right? I just did plazas and journeymen and wharfs. Maybe I had one. They're faster this way for sure. Also, this shuffle may whiff. It's a wharf down there. Again, we discarded too much, but. Ooh. So we have a lot less coffers by the time of the fifth province being, or the third province being taken. We have like noticeably less. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not that we're, you know, like in critical trouble. We can also do just the biggest masterpiece of all time. What if we do, here's my idea. What if we do tide pools, masterpiece, maximum power. Okay. Do you think we'll see enough stuff to make it happen? Well, that's not promising. It's extraordinarily unpromising. Okay. That didn't really work. Well, I mean, if we find any wharf, you know, it would look a lot better, but sometimes things just don't go your way. Okay, what do we name? Probably copper. The silvers are like okay-ish. Maybe it should have been silver. We'll cheat a little bit. This video is now up to 42 minutes, so I hope you enjoy me just literally just messing around. All the tide pools. That's what I needed all along. There's literally 2 wharves in the bottom 4 cards. That's really cool. That's one of the cool things that happened today while playing Dominion. Oh no, we have to discard to... Well, we better draw first. Oh, now it's all wars. Okay. Hey, we won again. I don't know what to say about this one. I mean, it seemed clear to me that like messing with the stonemason and just pure draw stuff was pretty bad. But that like just the trivial like treasure adding didn't really help much. Pure money was okay. Again, this is the issue with replaying from the same seed, is you're not necessarily learning about the value of these different approaches in the fully general case, but you're learning about the value of them with the particular RNG seed you've initiated with, which tells you something about their value in the general case, but can sometimes produce some particularly skewed results. And of course, we've seen how chaotic the AI choices are. I really don't understand why undos. Well, I kind of understand it because I've had it explained to me by the developer of the AI, but I guess when I say I don't understand is I think it's kind of a unfortunate effect of the design, I guess. That sort of exposes just how random the AI play is. Anyway, I mean, it beat me fair and square, of course. So good games, Hard AI. I've enjoyed my past 45 minutes with you. I hope those of you who stuck around also enjoyed it, or at least enjoyed parts of it. And I will catch you all tomorrow.